Thou shalt not commit adult. Okay, no, we gonna go right. No. Thou shalt not steal. No. Okay, thou shalt not bear false witness. How long you say that fact check was? I think when Trump's all said and done, the National Archives will be 30% Trump fact checks.
Black MAGA. Donald Trump does not care about you.
Shout out to all the subscribers and the members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video. I am Reese Waters, and this is Who Raised Y'all, where we highlight those unique individuals going above and beyond to make society worse.
I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven, okay? I really don't.
You know, the kinds of people you'll see asking to speak to the manager at the pearly gates.
I think I'm not maybe heaven bound.
Hey, Black MAGA, I got one for you.
Man, I'm starting to realize at the big age of 40, I just may be conservative. Hear me out.
Excuse me. Hey, you don't want to put a shirt on first? Because you're talking about redefining yourself and your philosophy and ideology, and I thought maybe you might want to wait till you get inside and put a shirt on. You know what I mean? Like you might just be cold. You know what I mean? That's all that could be. Maybe you're hungry. Have you eaten a Snickers? You know, I don't think like in the moment while you're sweating is the way to kind of reclassify yourself. But you know what? Do you? You got it.
So after hearing all the hate and all the negativity from this Charlie Kirk death coming from the liberal side, man, that just doesn't align with my belief system. It just don't.
Now I have a question. So you talk about the hate that came after Charlie Kirk passed away, but none of the reasoning for why people felt that way. So I'm just wondering why that's not factoring in at all. Like I mean, you're talking about the idea of hate. You know, you would think that would, you know, it's just like really the final chapter that you're evaluating only by itself, you know. And not even how that was handled and the things that were said in the after, that doesn't matter either. Just the one thing that's very, you kind of came in at the 11th hour and just made it all about that. You're the kind of person that only watched the last season of Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? That's what it's given for me. Like you came in for the finale of Lost and that was it. And said that you loved the show. You didn't watch Good Times till after James died, did you? Talking about Martin ain't as good as I thought it was, but you only watched the season where Martin and Gina couldn't be together. That's what it's given for me. That's what I'm getting. Like little Nicky was in all the episodes of Fresh Prince that you saw.
I cannot put myself in the category of people that have that much hate in their heart. Like, it's absolutely insane.
I got a question. So is this the first time that hate was a problem for you? Or like, did you just get social media? I'm trying to figure out, because none of the other anger and hate, even at people who died. Ooh, those George Floyd memes. Oh, and the jokes and the reenactments. Is this your first day on social media, sir? No, you've had social media this whole time, but this is the first time that it bothered you, that it was a problem? Oh, well, you probably belong over there, honestly. You know what I mean? If none of that was a problem until now, like if you ignore everything and this is the one that was, you probably, you know, and that is a sound decision. Y'all got it.
You asked about a shooting that we just had in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It was an act of domestic terrorism.
A number of Republicans have denounced your statement on Truth Social after the murder of Rob Reiner. Do you stand by that post?
Well, I wasn't a fan of his at all. He was a deranged person as far as Trump is concerned.
Man, just like a lot of black people, we grew up voting straight Democrat because that's what our parents told us to do. That's what somebody else told us to do. But as I'm older now and I read the Bible for myself and I'm listening to both sides, I'm like, man, I cannot align myself don't call myself a liberal or be on the left side of things when everything that I read from the Bible is showing me to be more conservative. Like, as a believer in Christ, we are supposed to follow Jesus. I mean, Jesus would not be a liberal. I'm sorry, he just won't. And I'm sorry if this offends anybody. Hey man, that's on you. Read the Bible, man. Like, what side really aligns with conservative or liberal? Like, what side?
I have a question. When you say read the Bible, where would you suggest I start? Maybe 2 Corinthians? You think 2 Corinthians would probably be a good place to start? Because that's where Trump said that he likes to start. As a matter of fact, I took a lot from Trump when he spoke at the memorial service and talked about how he wishes ill on his enemies. You know, since we're talking about, you know, your Bible and being biblical and all of that, that would probably factor into your decision making. But the reality is, this is the kind of thought process that is pretty consistent with not just Black MAGAs, but a specific branch, the uber religious Black MAGAs. All these holes that I'm finding right here, same holes, same patterns.
African-American mother of 5, an educated woman. And let me tell you, I love when my masculine man puts on his MAGA hat. Why? I love it when he wears his MAGA hat, because not just because he looks sexy in it, y'all, but because it represents, look, show him, baby. Ooh, ooh. Because it represents this man's commitment to God, his commitment to his country, and his commitment to his family.
I have a question. Now, if he had a friend who started a clothing line, okay, and that friend was on his 3rd baby mama, and that friend openly bragged about grabbing women in public. You heard him say that. Also, that friend has been actively suppressing evidence that he's been involved in even more nefarious activities. And let's say your husband purchased a lot of that friend's gear to wear around the house. Would you characterize him wearing that friend's gear as a sign of his commitment to God and to his family? Black MAGAs really are the worst of us. Download. They gonna take my data, ain't they? Oh, there go my identity. I just really want to see what I'll look like as an alien baby. You know, those apps and services you still use, even though you know they're probably harvesting your data. And that Sophie's Choice has to annoy you. You got to choose between giving up your privacy and going completely off the grid. I mean, completely. That is all done by data brokers, by the way, companies that take all the information they can find on you and sell it. Now, legally, they do have to remove your private information if you tell them, but they make it as hard as possible because they want you to feel hopeless and stuck. Sound familiar? This is where today's sponsor, Aura, comes in. They do the hard work for you, constantly scanning the dark web and submitting opt-outs on your behalf. Now, there are other services that offer this as well, but none of them offer as many features as Aura for the same price. You get alerts if your personal info is found on the dark web, 24/7 monitoring to help keep your identity secure. And if anything does happen, Aura includes $5 million in identity theft insurance. You can go to my link, aura.com/ReeseWaters. Again, that's aura.com/ReeseWaters to try 14 days for free. That's enough time for Aura to start scrubbing your personal info off these data broker sites automatically. And I want to thank Aura for sponsoring this video.
Because this is a symbol of making America great.
White people say that they are ashamed that their race voted for this man in this administration. But I just want to let y'all know There's some of us too. There is some of us too. The delusion and the ignorance is real. The first thing that woman said was that she was educated. An educated black woman. And yet, you said it with all your chest. Oh, it was such a turn on to see that man in that hat. That black man. As a black woman, you said that was a turn on to see that black man in that hat. Sis, do you realize? Do you still feel that way? Please tell me this video is old. Because let me tell you something, MAGA is one thing, but black MAGA, that's a whole different animal. Sis, that is just fucking outright disrespectful. Do you not see? I just want to take you and shake you. I don't even want to disrespect you by name calling and all of this petting. I don't even want to do that.
I mean, are you sure? Are you sure? Okay. Cause we would stay for that if that's what you chose. I just want you to know that's available. That's available. If you know. All right. If you ever change your mind, we'll be here.
Imagine having 5 black children and you celebrating a regime that wants to teach them that your husband's masculinity started on a plantation. And then how in the hell is the red hat a symbol of the masculinity when everybody on that red hat right now is literally fighting to keep the Epstein files under wrap? You got 5 daughters, huh? See, I would say ripping families apart and attacking American citizens is not only good for God, but it's also bad for community and country. And hey, conservative contradictions, huh? I wonder if he had on that red hat in D.C., would that make him immune to the hyper-policing of these bodies that look like his? Imagine being the parents of 5 kids and you celebrating a president that's taking away free lunch from kids. Imagine saying you doing it, the red hat is for country, and this man is politically, socially, economically deteriorating the country. She is already dressed up for the Handmaid's Tale, though, with the red on there under his eye. If 45, 47 have it his way, both of y'all might be out of there, though. No episodes I've seen the Handmaid's Tale allow for black folks to be able to run a household. Maybe you can be a commander and maybe you can be a Martha, maybe.
But y'all don't understand my Christian faith. Now let me see here. Thou shalt not have any gods before me. Was God's name on that hat? I'm pretty sure it was Trump's. Yeah. All right. Thou shalt not make idols. See number 1. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. I think we got one. I think we got, the things that they're justifying in the name of Christianity. We'll come back to that one. We'll come back to that one. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Doesn't he got the whole schedule that he publishes? He be flying all around. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Matter of fact, I think he plays less golf on the Sabbath than all the other days of the week. Honor your father and your mother. Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. Honor your father and your... He said, what about Ivana? But that's not his... That's Ivanka. He disrespected her mother. Okay, we'll come back to that one. You shall not commit murder. You shall not commit murder. Yeah, thou shalt not commit murder. Yeah, we got one. We got. Drone strikes. Venezuela. Iran. Thou shalt not commit adult. Okay, no, we gonna go right. Yeah, no. Thou shalt not steal. No. Okay, thou shalt not bear false witness. How long you say that fact check was? I think when Trump's all said and done, the National Archives will be 30% Trump fact checks. You shall not covet. Can we wait till after we see the Epstein files before we answer that one? Oh, we don't even have to?
The Fox News sister outlet, the Wall Street Journal, reporting the Trump family has pocketed about $5 billion. That's $5 billion through the launch of a virtual cryptocurrency, most of that occurring this year while Trump is president. It is likely the family's most valuable asset, exceeding their real estate. The entire project raises questions about conflicts of interest and secret lanes to influence a sitting president. It opens up a gusher of foreign money, and remarkably, it shows how Trump's business and personal standing is benefited by his political job. That is, of course, the exact opposite of his many claims that because he was rich, he'd be above and apart from the usual pressures on politicians. In fact, he is now doing more side work and side business and having more conflicts than any president in history. Trump exploiting his elected power also to change policy in ways that benefit him and his family.
We've been pushing the market of crypto and Bitcoin and all of it, everything. Make America the crypto capital of the world. I launched it. I heard it was very successful. I haven't checked it. Where is it today?
You made a lot of money, sir.
How much?
Several $billion, it seems like, in the last several days.
Several billion? That's peanuts for these guys.
This conflict of interest, the unseemly nature of it, and how much this money can dwarf or distort the president's actual day job was also called out on Fox Business.
My goodness me. $5 billion?
Eye-popping numbers. He is the crypto president, the first one ever. A lot of crypto-friendly legislation, regulation.
What it amounts to is it's crypto-friendly legislation coming from the President of the United States, who is in turn cashing in on the crypto phase. Personally, his family.
Conflict of interest.
Yet here y'all go.
The social media people that think we didn't gave up on President Donald Trump. We haven't given up on President Donald Trump. And this video is for you.
Yeah. Can y'all zoom out? I just want to see that, because it just looked like 8 people in the corner. So let's get the true scope of the thing. Is that like a community MAGA hat? Y'all pass that around, or how does that work?
Black MAGA, Donald Trump doesn't care about you. Black MAGA, Donald Trump doesn't care about you. He was only using you. And when you were fired from your job, he was not there to help you. Black MAGA, Donald Trump does not care about you. He took your talent and your greatness and he used it for evil.
Now, Black MAGA, just because she said he used your talent and greatness does not mean that there was talent and greatness. That just is a general, that's kind of like a general statement. I wouldn't take that literally. Certainly not you, Tim Scott.
Well, child, my goodness, such strong language. Who TT'd in your Cheerios, girl? Sarah! Are you serious? And this whole time I thought that Democrats and liberals love minorities. I guess you only love minorities. Kamala Harris hyena voice. If they agree with you. Sorry, honey. I left the station a long time ago. I could think for myself.
Ooh, tag me in. So if they only love minorities when they agree with you, then that would mean that they're more about your ideology than what you look like, which is the exact ground that you're claiming for yourself. What you are seeding is that they are exactly who you love to say that they're not. No, it's fine. I wouldn't expect you to know that, A, by the virtue of how you sounded in that video. But secondly, you went with the plantation thing. So you go with the plantation thing, we know exactly what time it is and how much critical thinking is being done. Hey, can you explain the plantation thing? Where were the plantations? In the South? In the South is what? Bread. Mm-hmm. And how about extremist groups? Name one. Pick one. Throw a rock. Hit an extremist group. Which way did they vote? Red. Yeah. Plantations. Mm-hmm. You're welcome. I'll be here all week.
The disdain and disgust that black people have for black conservatives has nothing to do with politics. Because black conservatism has never, ever been about policy. It's about assimilation. You see, because black people have been the one ethnic demographic in this country that has never been able to assimilate into white culture. You see, unlike every other community in this country, the only way for black people to assimilate into white culture and into these white spaces is by assimilating into white supremacy. So oftentimes these black conservatives, they will start echoing things that you don't even hear Fox News say. They will disparage and shit on their own culture like no white person has ever done. They will go way further than they have to. They will study the history just so that they can lie about it. They will read up on the news just so they can spin it. They will listen to these podcasts, go to these black spaces, go to classrooms and learn all that they can so they can spin it. So when you're watching the Jubilee video with Amanda Seales and the 20 black conservatives, peep game. Because if you notice that entire time, 90% of that conversation was not about policy. It was not about politics. That was a cultural conversation from beginning to end. And this is why we hate black conservatives in a way that we don't hate whitewashed black people. Because whitewashed black people are playing a game that we know they won't win. They just don't know it yet. So in a way, we pity them. But black conservatives, no. They want access to certain kinds of white spaces, and they're willing to shit on their own people and hurt their own people so that they can get access to those spaces.
Not only that, but in this case, will make a mockery of their own faith to do so. That is the level of desperation to gain access to those places, to bastardize your own faith and religion. You could make a case for wanting to support Trump and MAGA. Not a good one. I would add, the desperation to gain access to those spaces is so dire to compromise your own faith, to make a mockery of your own faith to gain access to those spaces. There are some pitiful reasons that we have outlined here for voting for Donald Trump. The economy, because he's going to get the criminals, he's going after the criminals. There's some really pitiful reasons. But religion though, as a black MAGA.
You had talked a couple weeks ago, you were doing an interview and you talked about how you hope to end the war in Ukraine because it might help you get into heaven. How does this help? Does this help?
I mean, I'm being a little cute. I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven, okay? I really don't. I think I'm not maybe heaven bound. I may be in heaven right now as we fly an Air Force One. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make heaven.
Well, that kind of depends what those churches are teaching, because if the churches are teaching the complete marginalization of black people, then, that would make some sense. And from what I've heard from the Christian nationalists, I think it'd be crazy for a black person to go to one of them churches, but we have seen stranger things. Thank you guys so much for supporting the video. It's the end of another year we won't be able to explain to our kids. And what did we learn? Never trust the Jet 2 holiday. Never take your side piece to Coldplay. Now that's neo soul territory. So much has happened in 2025. Last year this time, I was selling podcasts out the back of my trunk using rent-to-own furniture. Last year, I was sitting the bench watching JV basketball as a senior with a uniform on, hoping I don't have to play. This year, I got 3 kids and a trick knee. 2025. Well, look on the bright side. At least your year was better than Katy Perry's and Sydney Sweeney's. Taylor Swift came into 2025 thinking they were going to win the Super Bowl and definitely going to make a run this year. And she was going to have all that airtime. They lost that one. And now Travis at home for the whole off season on the couch, gaining weight as a fiance. Damn. But since it is the end of the year, I want to remind all of our members to check the community tab and vote on our year-end awards. Those are going on right now, and there's a couple of polls that we've run already. But you know what? I feel hopeful going into the new year, and this community is a big part of that. Also, the Let 'em Fight banquet is also another very big part of that. But here we're talking about this community. I'm talking about our head moderator, Miss Ray, Regina on research, and our editors, David, Denzel, and Boz, as well as all the mods that have helped us with the premieres, our research squad, which was just assembled. And by the way, if you would like to join either the research squad or be one of our volunteer mods, you can hit me up at admin@ReeseWaters.com. And I also have to give a special shout out to somebody who started out as one of our volunteer mods, but has become an integral part of this particular channel and has stepped up when needed. My girl, Deshauna, who also sent me this photo with her discouraged, depleted, but never defeated t-shirt. And you know what, Deshauna? It looks as good as I feel when I see your name in the chat during the premiere. Thank you so much for all of your hard work, and thank all of you for all of your support. I can't wait to see what's next.